and we're not going to touch it.
Coming at you from the Steel City, you're listening to Poor Man's Podcast, Pittsburgh's premier comedy podcast. Your weekly dose of humor, hosted by Chris Hopper and with a new special guest each week. And here's your host, Chris Hopper.
Woo! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Poor Man's Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Along with me, as always, is the wonderful, is the talented, is the beautiful, is Abby Elias, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be back in your presence, kind of. We're coming to you virtually. We're trying this out just to see how it goes, try something new. Make it easier. Maybe have Danny back on occasionally too.
I like it.
Abby, it's wonderful to hear your voice. It's been not since Ryan McBride, I think, was the last episode, which was like August, probably earlier August, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been so long that I have gotten bangs to indicate that time has passed.
I feel the same way. I feel like my bangs are coming in. I've never really been complimented on for my appearance, and in the last week, I've had two elderly women tell me how handsome I was. So
that is like top tier. When an elderly
man, do my Hugh Hefner reverse style kind of.
No, I'm telling you, man, it's like those cougars.
Yeah,
those are like the most complimentary, but also the thirstiest. So
this was like a snow cougar, or snow leopard, or something.
Oh, okay.
Silver fox.
Not a gray fox.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but so I like the bangs though, Abby. You pull them off.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going through some stuff, and it's either bangs or grippy socks.
Yeah, well, I think you made the right choice.
I did make the right choice. Thank you.
You can definitely do a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. I want grippy socks to be like a mainstream trend, but I don't know how you could just wear socks in public.
No. Yeah, there's no way of wearing them without it looking like you just left a mental institution.
Psych ward chic.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like it. I don't think I ever told this story on air of breaking my mom out of Mercy Hospital.
What?
Kind of.
Great tell right now.
Yeah. So, okay, this was a weird story. This is how we found out my mom was diabetic. I cleaned out my attic at my parents' house. I'm the oldest of 5, so I wanted some space. I cleaned out the attic and was sleeping up there. My dad wakes me up the one morning. Is like, I need you to help me. Like, my dad is normally cool under pressure, knows like how to handle things. The fact that he was waking me up to help, like, I was worried.
That's when you know you're fucked.
Yeah, I went down. He's like, your mom's ice cold. I was like, oh shit. He called like a paramedic. The ambulance came. Like, it was very real. And I remember feeling her. She was really cold.
Was she conscious?
No. She had like no idea. And the day before, she was like really, really weird. And I remember like the week leading up to it, she like kept drinking like McDonald's had some kind of special lemonade. And she like ingested like extra sugar, like something about her body, like she needed it. So they ended up rushing her to the hospital. We found out she was diabetic. But anyway, like a day or two into it, she's like, all right, I'm ready to come home. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then I can come get you. And I like got there, and I was like, so we're discharging you? And she's like, no, we're just gonna go.
We're just gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Like, are they cool with this? Are you good to go? Because you kind of weren't yourself the other day. Like, you were walking around, you were going out in public, half clothed, out on the porch. Like, you weren't really yourself. She's like, yeah, no, I'm fine now. And I was like, oh, whatever. So like, but she was being real suspicious. Like, all right, well, let's make sure nobody sees me. But let's head out. I was like, don't you normally get paperwork? She's just like, nope, let's keep on going.
Mhm.
She's wearing the gown out. She has the grippy socks. And I remember just pushing her in a wheelchair. Like, she had IVs connected to her, but I think she would have been cool with us pulling them out.
Yeah, that's like, I don't suggest doing what your mom did, but that's just so real.
That's
Who
such a
wants to be in
safe
the
statement.
hospital?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's awful. And I think I have said this. I feel like you could kind of get away with doing anything in the hospital if you just show up with scrubs and like a stethoscope.
Yeah. Were you wearing scrubs?
No, but I feel like I want to test. I want to test that.
Okay. 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 Next
I
time
think
I'm in the hospital, I'll let you know.
there should be like a game show, like fake it till you make it, and you have to see if you can infiltrate to get into like a hospital or get into a bank. Just
Just to see how far you can go. Just how far you can go. Yeah.
just to see what you can get away with, because I think that you can get away with a lot in life if you just do it with confidence.
Yeah. That is my motto. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
Like, it's because, I mean, no one knows what the fuck they're doing, but it's just, yeah, just like look at the person who seems to know what they're doing and do what they do. And I guarantee you that that person that seems to have it all figured out, they're looking at another person and being like, you got it figured out. I'm just going to do what you do. So we're all just following the leader until
absolutely.
the sun dies. And we
I
all,
agree.
yep.
I think the people who look like they have their stuff together the most are just the most okay with not having their stuff together.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
They've just accepted it.
Yeah, they've just
No,
accepted
no,
that we're on a giant floating rock in space and nothing matters. So let's just light a pumpkin candle and I don't know, man. Like, yeah.
It's crazy. I'm gonna go on a whole tangent, but like I was admiring the clouds today, Abby, and
Yeah.
it's so weird. Just the Earth we live on with trees and clouds and stuff, dude. It's amazing, but at the same time, like my fiance sent me this video about how like something about aliens because I would have been into
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I was watching it, and it was like kind of like zooming out from California or something, zooming out to the solar system and then to the Milky Way, and then out from there. And it's just crazy to think of the amount of space that goes on. And just to kind of drop a I don't know what the hell is it called, like the hell are they called? Never mind. Go back and listen to
Oh yeah. How often do you think about space? Because I think about space multiple times a day. Like that's my Roman Empire.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm way more into space than anything else like that. Or I'll think of just time and try to think.
Yeah, yeah. Space used to really freak me out. Now I think it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's it really is like it's like the deep ocean. Like it terrifies me, but it's so
I want to know more. Yeah.
I had James Sanders on. That's what the point I was trying to get to was for our spaced out episodes. Go back and listen to that. We do one on black holes and we do one on exoplanets. So that's kind of what made me think of it, because there's like planets out there that apparently like rain glass. There's ones that are like covered in diamonds and stuff based on what they can tell based on the colors of these planets and what they're giving off, the carbon and the different elements they're giving off. But it's super interesting. But Abby,
hello.
In the last couple months, or it's been like a month or so.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. I do want to touch real quickly on our show that I just did with
you.
Yes,
that Bullseye Brewing.
Yes, our second Poor Man's comedy showcase. You did a great job. You were hilarious.
Wow, that was such a fucking great show. Thank you.
Yeah, how was your experience there?
It was a blast, honestly. Like I will be honest. I always judge my comedy shows based on how difficult it takes me to get there. If I am running into like all the problems, then the venue is going to be great. The audience is going to be great. I'm going to have a killer lineup, and my GPS just decided not to work, and I ended up going like driving like 8 miles in the opposite direction, which was stressful, but I just knew because I had that experience, this is going to be one of the best shows I've ever had, and it was definitely a fun time.
Yeah, it is kind of out in if you're not used to the area, it's kind of unusual place, I suppose. I would have never known about it until I moved to the area, but it's a super cool craft brewery, Bullseye Brewing in New Brighton. They make their own beer. They have food trucks, and obviously they have great comedy shows. So stop out there if you get a chance. But yeah, we had an awesome lineup. We had Brandon Johnson, Natalie Moses, Jeff Fieldhouse, Sky Walker, Thomas Farley, obviously the wonderful Abby Elias, and then I hosted it, and we had a great time. Our first show was really, really good. Our second show might have been even better. So hopefully,
Fuck yeah.
we have a third show coming up.
I was gonna say you got a third one coming up.
We do. We have one planned on November 22nd.
Fuck yeah.
The early goings, it's looking like we have some really funny people on. I talked to Eric Williams. I know he wants to be on. I plan on having him on. We should have Chrissy Costa on.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We have Brittany Alexis on. I think Don Arner might be on. So
yeah, okay, solid lineup.
yeah.
I will say about our show, I feel like every time we're together, we end up fangirling over Jeff Fieldhouse. And lo and behold, he was the one that headlined our show and fucking killed it as per usual. I mean, it's Jeff Fieldhouse.
It's either Jeff Fieldhouse or Lana Del Rey.
Yeah. Jeff Fieldhouse is our Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, I agree. It's well put, man.
What are Jeff's stands called? Fieldies?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, fieldies. I feel like fieldies sounds dirty. It feels like something you do with a farmer.
I don't know.
Yeah. I had a
feeling. It gives like a big farming vibe, though.
Yeah, for sure. Farmers only.
Yeah.
Fieldhouse only. Yeah. I feel like there's a field something, but then I don't
know. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could work on that. We'll workshop that for sure. But normally for the latter of the show, I'll hit the rundown bell and stuff. But this is kind of a loose episode, trying to just And I wanted to get back into it and just test this format out. Like I said, Abby, I'm looking at some stuff I have written down. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll ask you this. I'll ask what you think about this, because it's an extremely stupid idea. But I was thinking how I deal with the public. I talk to them a lot, and they talk to me, obviously, and we ask each other how we're doing. And you're supposed to say well. You're not supposed to say good, right? I have been thinking about that because that's what goes on in my mind. I think about it, and I thought, you know what? That's some arbitrary rule somebody made up years ago to hold it over somebody.
Grammar?
Yeah. That's what I think. I mean, maybe this is a hot take, but I think the whole thing is bullshit because they're all
bullshit. What other grammar rules do you think are bullshit?
Oh, okay. I have a lot of thoughts on why being sometimes a vowel.
Yeah, I'll give you that one too.
Make up your fucking mind. I think it is a vowel. Like if you can be used as a vowel sometimes, A is only a vowel when it's in a fucking word. Like I don't know.
Why does Y get a pass when it feels like it?
Good. Why?
Like, you can't commit. Why can't you commit? Why?
I know. Lots to think about
lots.
But I mean, if we're saying words, all these words are made up. Every word we made, the words are just noises with meaning behind them. Abby,
you've been real existential, Chris. You've been real existential.
I mean, but if you know what I'm saying to you, how are you? Good. What makes that lesser than well? And in its core, other than just semantics, other than just bullshit because you said it should be.
There are people out there saying that like the government is like planting clouds to like control the weather and cause hurricanes. This is what we should be discussing. This is the real conspiracy theory. This is what's really setting us apart as a nation.
Well, wait for I have a second thought too. So we'll
okay. All right. I was actually going to talk about.
I have three thoughts.
About hurricanes, but okay. I was also going to talk about hurricanes, but let's get to your thoughts.
Absolutely no. I'm. You seem to be very much on the well bandwagon. You seem to be classically trained. You like well.
So okay. This is like what I was thinking. So this is where my mind's been in the
Okay.
last month. Have you seen that one? I've been on TikTok a lot, I'll be honest, but have you seen that one viral video of that guy that's like every Pittsburgh relationship? And he's like pretending to be the guy and he's like, Deb, come down the house. And she's like, I'm not ready, Dwan. But
No.
it's like a Pittsburgh couple named Deb and Don.
Okay.
And then there are people that are like, this is the Pittsburgh I grew up with. And here's the deal. I grew up in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. I'm from fucking Upper St. Clair, so like the bougie area. But my parents are from Brentwood. So I was raised by Deb and Don.
Yeah.
So like I would like go to school and I would be taught it's color, not Keller. And my parents were like, fuck you, it's Keller.
Are you an aunt?
I'm aunt.
Okay.
I'm aunt, yeah. Hardcore aunt. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I code switch when it comes to grammar,
Yeah.
depending on who I'm with.
I do that with texting based on their
Mhm.
grammar. I will match the amount of punctuation they
Ooh,
put in.
ooh,
Yeah.
okay,
And it's
okay. Now
weird.
I'm gonna
It's
start paying
weird.
attention.
It's yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's one thing. As much as I hate grammar, I'm a punctuality, not
Okay,
punctuality, punctuation. Well, although I am a punctuality guy too.
you
But
are, yeah.
yeah, man, both of them. But it's important in a sentence, the way you
Mhm.
say it and the way you word it. But the other part, the good versus well, that seems like bullshit. There's reason behind a comma. There's reason behind an exclamation point, a question mark, Abby. There's no reason to the other point.
We talked about commas. Are you an Oxford comma kind of guy?
I I would be if I had more confidence in when to use it. Oh wait, or is that when you used it after the and?
That's when you use it after the and.
Okay, no, I am an Oxford comma guy.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
thinking of a semicolon.
Oh,
See, that's how much
I
I know grammar, though.
you know what? You know what? Since we're on semicolons, I think we need to do away with them.
Yeah,
I think we need to do away with semicolons.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're redundant. I think. I mean, uh, no part for them anymore, Abby. I think we do. We need to go through some words, and as much as we put words in the dictionary every year, maybe we should take some words out.
I think
And
semicolons are ugly too. Like they're just a big eyesore.
they feel like they're only used for like computer code.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my hunch. So we're gonna go on that.
They feel like they're AI. Like they feel like they feel like they were made by an AI.
Yeah.
Like someone that like something that like vaguely understands human language, but not fully. Like, have you ever been sent an email by someone and you could just tell it was
Oh yeah.
AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, like no, yeah.
Yeah. The it's almost like it's probably like how somebody from like Mexico or something would read how I
Yeah,
read
yeah.
anus, like my broken kind of idea where I don't know tenses very well. It just feels like phony. Like you can tell it.
Oh yeah.
Or
Since
like
we're
an
on the
alien trying to
topic
be a human.
of AI, Chris, what do you feel about it before I go any further? Need to know what kind of room I'm talking to.
I overall I don't love it because I think people's mind are getting too atrophied
Mhm.
by technology and people are dumber for it. Um but I think it's a slippery slope and it's just gonna end up like being bad for humankind in our minds. But at the same time, it's cool to see what memes people can come up with.
Yes, yes. So I agree. We started using AI at work. Like they
Yeah,
just gave us like this one. It's like where like if you need to reply to an email,
yeah,
you will type into the computer what you want your response to be,
yeah,
and then the AI will give you the response, but
yeah,
in like work language, in like corporate language. And the idea is it's supposed to save you time because you don't have to like type up the full email.
yeah.
But you still have to type out what you want to say in the AI.
Yeah,
Like that's what's getting to me.
yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't have to think about what I want to say. Yes, you do. You
Yeah.
still fucking do. You have to like type it into the AI what you want to say. And then
It's
the
like
AI tells it to you in like fancy language. Like, no.
yeah, AI is the generator from when I needed to have 1,000 words and only had
Yeah,
800, so I
yeah.
needed to put a bunch of bullshit to make it seem like it was better. Furthermore, like Oxford comma.
Therefore, and
Yeah,
as a result,
yeah. I'm not. I don't know. Do you like using the AI though? Does it make you sound weird? Because
no,
my
I
fiance
hate
will
it.
use
I
it.
hate it. It
Yeah,
doesn't sound like me. And,
yeah,
like, that's what I feel like we're losing. Like, there's some people, like, you can just read their voice through their text or their emails.
yeah.
We're losing that with AI.
Oh, for sure. And then we're gonna have an AI read our emails and then
Yeah.
tell us in a different way. And then we're gonna Abby, this gets to my second point.
Okay, okay, I'm here.
Out my foot out of confusion, I guess. It has to deal with that as a slippery
Mhm.
slope because I feel like we're getting too used to technology, we're getting too used to AI or whatever it's gonna go by. And then what happens when the government or whatever, a hurricane cuts all the electricity? Abby, what
We're
could
gonna
happen then?
die. We're not gonna fucking make it.
My serious thing is, do do we as a country or whatever have an idea? Like, what if everything did just like electricity cut? What is like the plan? Like, is there like a community center we're supposed to talk to? Like, just say hypothetically, and I know this is
There is no sense of community anymore, Chris. I
right.
know we're joking, but I feel this and
I'm
this
still,
is like
yeah,
what I feel in my soul. Like because we are so dependent upon technology and AI to do all our fucking talking for us. We've forgotten how to talk to people.
yeah,
And we've forgotten how to build a sense of community out in the real world. So whenever it fucking breaks down, we're not going to know what to do.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Like, that's
all this
why
stuff.
everyone is, like, at each other's throats all the time because we just don't know how to fucking interact.
Right. And I think like you see with political ads and everything, it's just so
Mhm.
far from like on each side that
Yeah,
it's like so
yeah,
divided. And then and like I know it's not a bad thing to have like be proud of like whatever you are individually and stuff, but I think with that sometimes we lose like the community, like we're all
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And I think that's also an important kind of idea to like be proud of who
Mhm.
you are, but also be part like we're all a human
Yeah,
kind of race kind of thing.
yeah.
And I think people are getting like if I know it makes me sound conspiracy theorist and whatever, but like say it did happen one day, nobody knows what they're doing. They're immediately where how long does the internet have to be cut before there's pillaging? Like like
20 minutes.
is does it go a weekend?
Okay, but, like, you say this like it didn't already fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
thank God we did not lose power during the pandemic because we almost
mhm.
went savage for a full minute there.
Well, yeah, I feel like some of this is just testing us to see see how much we'll go with, and the AI see what they can get away with, and like it's gonna be some kind of Hunger Games because
Mhm, mhm.
that's what I think it is, man. I think this is gonna go on a whole deeper, darker tangent. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Maybe this whole house experience is warped my mind.
You're a homeowner now, Chris. You gotta think about the real stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what happens when the phone goes bye-bye?
Well, I mean, I do think there would be bikers like
Yeah, oh
you
yeah, oh
know,
yeah.
going and pillaging or whatever, probably within a week. Like that would
Mhm.
happen immediately. Um, I don't remember what the point was beyond
But
that.
this started because we were having the good versus well debate.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm well, did I say good? Well, that's weird that I used those two words.
Well, good.
Well, good. There was more to that that I was going to get to another point, but I'm sure I could probably wait for another time. Um, I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying before that? Before the homeowner part? I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We were talking about space for a hot second there, and then it just got into
Okay, Abby, we'll talk about this because this is with
all
life
right.
too. This is with life too, and kind of with space.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna let you. Or did you have something else you want to say, real quick? Or not real quick. Take your time. Floor is
No, like,
yours.
I wrote down some stuff for the new news, but
Okay,
one of it had to do with a hurricane, so
okay. These I have towing written down because I feel like towing companies are just a scam. I don't have any more than that, but I feel it's evil and it's sold to me. And the vibe I get from towing companies isn't good. I feel like they just tow your car.
Have you? Have you ever had a good experience with a towing company? Because
No, they're
I
always
haven't.
like, "Hey, we have your car," and then they hold it for fucking ransom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fucking Toe Tegrity sent me a letter written in newspaper clippings. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's $200 every day. Okay.
You ever want to see your fucking car
Yeah.
again?
It's like, seriously, it's cheaper to buy a new car than it is to leave your car towed for a week. But I didn't have anything else with that. But this was, I was angry about it. I just wrote that down. The one thing I will say, because this is so weird, Abby, and I know I've talked to Danny about this before, and I'm sure I've talked about it on the show, of just seeing like repetitive things, because I notice patterns a lot, and it's you know I'm a student of human nature and what have you. But there's a lot of times that I'll say something and then I'll see something. And I know that a lot of people say it with their phones. And it happens a lot with your phones, because your phone's for sure listening all the time. But it happened to me with a couple things that you can't explain. And this is the weirdest freaking thing ever. We were driving. I was with my kids and I was going through my phone. We were at the light and we were going to get Chinese food. So I'm sitting there and I'm going through my phone. It's like, oh, you know what? I haven't heard this song by the Bare Naked Ladies 1 week, or it's all been done, or some whatever shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'll put this on. And I was like, you know what? They're kind of stupid, but like they put me in a good mood. We'll put it on. And then we pull into the Chinese restaurant, China House in Beaver. Shout out to them. They're incredible. They have the perfect amount of MSG gel on my food that I love. And my son saw this corgi walking down the street. I was like, we were talking about getting a corgi. So he points out this corgi, and I turn, and it's my friend who lives in Beaver, who was walking his corgi. So we started talking to him. He's a musician. And I told him to stop down to the podcast, the comedy showcase. He said he's going to be out of town, but he'll try to stop to a next one. And he was just buying these tickets for Bare Naked Ladies. Well, how often do you hear Bare Naked Ladies? They're not that. There's not like it's 1999 or whatever.
Okay, but did you guys meet at like a Bare Naked Ladies concert? Or
Never spoken of Bare Naked Ladies before.
Interesting.
And it's not like there's somebody I listen to at all. It doesn't get any weirder than that. Or does it, Abby? Because today
are the Bare Naked Ladies the center of all of this?
It sounds weird, but like there's things that you hear and then you see because it's on your phone and they're listening. That's one thing. Like you can't. That's universe, man. That's all the universe. It's weird.
The universe telling you to stream the Bare Naked Ladies.
It's the universe telling me that it's one with me. Okay, that's
just you.
It's with everybody, Abby. If you embrace the good and not the well,
that you've never had a unique experience ever. Have you ever like saw a TikTok? Have you ever seen a TikTok or like a tweet about like a very ultra specific thing that you think only you experience? But then you're like, oh, maybe I'm not unique. Maybe
not unique.
Maybe I'm not an individual. Maybe we're all just one.
Yeah, Abby, I do think we're all part of one big thing. We're all just,
and that is not to get super deep, but we're getting deep. I feel like that's where that is like understanding that we all share the same experiences is like once you understand that, you can understand comedy, because a lot of it is just connecting to the audience. And like once you can like connect to the audience in a really weird, hyper specific way, like you've got them by the balls and you're not letting go.
Well, yeah, I think that's a good point, because I think when you see things, when you're like cool like that, and you just see things for more as truth and less as bias. And when you see truth and there's the connection of truth, there's humor in that. Like, to be funny, it has to be rooted in some truth, kind of. So, or just completely like,
like completely fucking ridiculous. But even still, like if you're talking about a completely ridiculous experience, you still have to bring it down.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. But The bare naked ladies thing's weird. I was at dinner tonight with my kids, and
The bare naked ladies came on.
yeah, it was crazy. They were performing live. I had a blue moon and I had the orange, so I squeezed the orange in it, and I said something to my one son. I was like, "Have you ever had fresh squeezed orange juice? Like, we need to do that. Like, just take an orange and squeeze it." Then we're getting ready to leave, and I go through my phone, and the iPhones make the different videos for whatever faces they have in your phones. So I put one on for my youngest son. We're watching it. In the video, there's a video of him squeezing orange juice. That's so weird, Abby.
Bare
Now,
naked
I'm
ladies.
sure that happens to everybody. I'm sure it happens.
No, it only happens to you, Chris.
But you have to be willing to see it. And you have to be open to seeing it, Abby. That's what I think.
And once you're open to seeing it, you could either be a conspiracy theorist or you can be a stand-up comedian or both. Hi, Trevor Austin. What?
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. There has to be truth in both, Abby. Geez, let's see. What do we have? You want to do the new news?
All right, let's fucking do the new news.
Or do you have here, let's hit this.
Fuck that, it's the new news.
It's the new news. All right.
Absolutely.
Hurricane Milton is set to hit the Tampa Bay coast, and amidst all of this, Disney World remains open, proving that the real hurricane were the Disney adults we met along the way. What do you think? What does that say about our society when Waffle House is closed, but Disney World is still fucking open?
Yeah.
Have you been to Disney, Chris?
Who are the people that go to those? Are the families that like paid for the trip? Like,
those are like the families that
not going.
These are like the people that are like, oh, no one's going to Florida, so that means there's going to be no lines at Disney World.
Like, who wants to be scheduled to work at Disney World that day?
Who wants to be scheduled to work?
Are you going in to work the froyo stand? Yeah.
Like, period. Who wants to be in Florida? No offense to anyone who lives in Florida, but like, why?
When is this hurricane planned to hit? And it's coming to the Gulf, right?
Either like sometime this week, I think tomorrow. But yeah, we live in a simulation, you know.
Abby, I do now. I think about that all the time, and we could go for another tangent. But
all right, speaking of simulations, let's go on to this one. A marine biologist has discovered a new breed of jellyfish that, get this, Chris, can merge into another jellyfish and they go from 2 jellyfish to 1 jellyfish.
What?
Yeah. They were found in a lake in Woods Hill, Massachusetts.
Okay. I don't understand the jellyfish mind. That should be a sound drop.
That's a good sound drop.
Oh yeah, where is it? You killed it.
That's a good sound
drop. But like, so it has to have some kind of. If it's living, I would have to think it has some kind of way of functioning, knowing if it's hungry or right. How does that consciousness, or maybe not a consciousness, how does that functioning, whatever, the mouth, whatever the fuck it is to eat, how does that merge with the other one? Osmosis.
Osmosis, pretty much. Like, but they like poked and prodded at it, and they were like, no, this is 1 jellyfish.
I think the one scientist just lost the jellyfish.
So
I swear, I watched it. I watched it, man. It was crazy. It just the other ones aren't doing it. Yeah, that's weird. It's
jellyfish are weird. It's weird that we live in a society of people that think Helen Keller was fake because ain't no way she was blind and deaf, but just agree with jellyfish.
There's also I guess jellyfish makes sense more than like a buffalo combining with another buffalo. It's the right texture of animal. I feel like a lot of what's the difference between just eating an animal at that point? Because like if a snake eats a deer,
that's very like Edgar
One
Allan
animal.
Poe.
Yeah.
That's very like the heart. Like I just hear the beating heart of like,
Exactly. The telltale heart.
ooh, that's like Edgar Allan Poe meets Hannibal Lecter. I just keep like hearing the heart of like the victim I swallowed, the silence of the heart.
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful though. Um, yeah, no, jellyfish are weird. Jellyfish are one of the, like we were talking about earlier with the deep sea
Mhm.
animals. There's so many. I think the more translucent you are, the more kind of terrifying you are too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like why are you that vulnerable, bro?
Yeah.
You gotta have some skeletons in the closet. You don't even have skeletons, but you gotta have something.
You gotta have something, man. You gotta have something to merge together. I don't understand it. I'll have to do more research. I have to see it visually. That seems redundant. Abby, do you have another story?
Yes. Okay, this is a good way to end things. We're coming back to the real world, but longer happy hours are coming to PA.
Oh, good.
Recently, and by recently I mean like a month and a half ago, PA Senate and Governor signed a bill into law that would allow happy hours to go from 14 hours a week to 24 hours a week. Additionally, there can be a discount for food and drink combo. Before it was just food and drink, but you can do a combo with both. And businesses can offer free drinks for happy hour.
Oh wow, Frage.
Yeah. Yeah, and that makes me realize how fucking lame we are.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big boost because I know a lot of people will do it for like 2 hours. I didn't know there used to be something where you could only do it like you could do it for that many hours, but it could only be 5 days a week or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many weird roles with it, especially in
Mhm.
Pennsylvania. And
We have the worst fucking liquor rules. Like I used to work at a hotel, and do you know how fucking embarrassing it was having to tell like out of town guests that you can't buy liquor at a Target?
yeah, yeah. It's that's one of the best parts about going to another state.
Yeah. It's just like seeing the alcohol in a fucking Walmart.
Yeah,
It's like seeing McDonald's in another country, like it's familiar yet foreign.
it's like seeing McDonald's and Walmart. That's always the best. I feel like whatever restaurant is in a Walmart always is a quality.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's novelty about it. It makes me want to
Yeah.
eat there when I know that there's
It's like like actual sit down restaurants in an airport.
yeah,
Like yeah, I've been to Chili's before, but have you been to Chili's
yeah.
in an LAX while you're waiting to get to Vegas?
No, you haven't had it until you've had it like that.
Yeah, no.
Are you a fast food person, Abby?
Not particularly, no.
No.
I fast food is more of like a necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I basically all my meals are based on convenience and
Oh,
saving
that's
time
fair.
and
That's
being
totally fair.
on the go. But I'm a big McDonald's fan, and I was just
Okay.
curious if I remember growing up and seeing some of the toys and the Happy Meals and stuff,
Mhm.
and some of them you'd have to collect different parts of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
So you
they
have to
had
keep going back.
yeah, so they had like the Space Jam one, or they had
Mm.
Inspector Gadget, which was when they filmed that in Pittsburgh. Do you remember that with Matthew Broderick?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, as a kid, McDonald's was my jam, but now as an adult and I don't get the Happy Meal toy, I'm a Wendy's girly. Like, if I'm doing fast food, I'm doing Wendy's.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Wendy's has a better product. I think
Yeah.
the burgers are way better.
Something about, like, that square patty just
Oh yeah, their cheese is like good too. Oh, the
yeah.
McDonald's cheese is good. I like it because it's almost like cold. But it feels faker, which I kind of like. But
Okay, okay.
yeah, no, but Wendy's is definitely the superior one. But the question was, growing up, did you have a Happy Meal toy or a kids meal from Wendy's back when it was the cool yellow Wendy's? Was there
Mhm.
a Happy Meal toy that sticks out to you? That was one of the better ones.
Hmm. You know what? Like I don't know like what traumatic event happened to me in a McDonald's, but I have blocked all Happy Meal toys from my memory. But the Halloween Happy Meal buckets will always
Oh,
stand the test of time to me.
for sure.
Yeah,
feel
that I was gonna say that and, like, I forgot who did it, but someone did, like, a Kim Possible set where
oh,
you could get, like, a
okay.
speaker or whatever, and I never got that, but I thought it was fucking cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that was a good call. They had the pumpkin, the witch, and the ghost or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, those ones were really cool. I remember one being in like my parents' basement forever next to like the washing machine and like screws in it.
Yeah.
It's like the witch bucket. I think they tried bringing those back like a year or two ago. And I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a hit, but
I will be honest, when it came to, like, fast food restaurants when I was a kid, I was less excited about the toy and more excited about, like, the play area.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I read a story the other day about how some parent found a tracker in their kid's shoe from one of those places, and I guess it turns out that their kids just wore the other kid's shoes, and they had like an Apple tag or something.
And those parents were trying to okay, those parents were in the CIA.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the play place was always quality. Does Wendy's never had a play place?
Wendy's never had a play place, but they did have a sunroom.
Yeah, they did.
Wendy's was definitely more, like, refined.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, I was like, "Boo Wendy's," but now I'm an adult, like, I wanna like, I'm a grown-ass woman, I make my own money, like, I wanna treat myself to a Wendy's sunroom.
I agree with you. I feel like McDonald's is a frivolity and for the kids, man.
Yeah.
I feel like as a refined adult, you settle into some Wendy's.
Yeah. Did Burger King ever have a play place? I feel like Burger King was always, like, bottom of the barrel.
I agree. Although anymore, I kind of like the flavoring of the gasoline or whatever they put on the burgers to make it taste.
Yeah,
Well.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think they may have had a version of that because I remember seeing like a rundown, like abandoned one. But as far as the kids area, McDonald's always crap.
Oh, always, always.
I remember going to Ohio and seeing a elevator in one of the McDonald's, and it was
Holy
mind
shit.
blowing. I've
Holy shit,
also
that's
had an experience at the Wilkinsburg one where that's the one I grew up next to, so that's the one I would always go to. And the one guy got me good because he stood next to the drive-through and would make you ask for money there. And you can't be like, I don't have money as you're in the drive-through.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to have money to get the food, or I wouldn't be there. Yeah, I was like, here you go.
That's a smart fucking home. That's smart.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they got me there, man. Necessity is the mother of invention, as a
Yeah.
kid
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
always the kids with their thoughts. Okay.
Thoughts
I
and
mean,
thinking.
yeah, other thoughts and thinking. That's what I was thinking earlier. I was like, maybe I'm like a philosopher with all these thoughts, and I'm like, bare naked ladies aren't that interesting. But Abby, is
Yes.
there anything you would like to touch on before we wrap it up?
Yes. Wednesday, October 23rd. Come catch me at Mixtape. I will be
Where's
co-hosting Mixtape. It is in Bloomfield, like right across from
Oh,
Lawrenceville. Yeah, they've got a really great setup for Halloween. They have their whole bar is like Tim Burton themed for the entire month
hell
of
yeah.
October. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I will be producing and co-hosting a Halloween themed showcase. Lizzie Martin will be my co-host. Teresa Roberts Logan's headlining lineup. We got Eric Williams, Asher O'Brien, Zachary Markle, and Abigail Elias, my name twin. If you
No,
ever
wow.
want to see both of us in the same room, which is really fucking rare, come to Mixtape Wednesday, October 23rd.
I was
For
going to
Night
ask
of the
you
Laughing Dead.
have been on a show together.
We've roasted each other, but I don't think we've ever been on like a showcase together.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of disappointed. I wish I would have made that happen before. You know what? We don't have to be the first. We just have to be the best, Abby.
Exactly.
I guess
Why be the
that'll-
first when you can be the best?
Exactly. What else? What other shows do you have up? I know I posted something with your show.
So much stuff. October 11th, I will be at Corner Cafe for Comedy Bingo. It's a fun time. Tickets are free, so Comedy Bingo is always super fun. Very immersive.
How's that work?
So basically, you will get a bingo card. Like audience members come, they will get a bingo card, And in like the bingo spots, they will have words, and these words will appear in our stand-up set. So say you have like like you have a word that's like apple, and you hear a comic say apple in their set, then
Yeah.
you get to put it on there. Yeah, it's a fun time.
That's kind of nice because then it forces them to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That sounds like a good time. Corner Cafe. The Corner Cafe is where I did my first mic ever. And,
Fuck yeah. Okay. With Liz and
cool
Rachel.
spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was what?
With Liz and Rachel. They were
Liz was there.
yeah.
So yeah, she was my first. Actually, I went there. I sat at the bar with Eric Damon, I believe. It was my first experience there. I started talking to him, and then I went in, and it was like a 10-minute mic, which I didn't realize.
Oh shit.
But I mean, I went for whatever.
And you did it. You did it.
Yeah, I did it, man. It was a good experience.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, no, stop down and see. What area is that in? I don't know what it's called. It's like right.
Like South Side ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else do you have? Do you have
October 19th, I've got Sketch Arcade Comedy Theater, Fridge Art Sketch Show. It is a sketch troupe put together by Asher O'Brien. We do like quarterly shows. This is the Halloween themed shows. It's gonna be a fun time. There's gonna be blood splatter. It's a blast. And then 10/26, I will be at Antonio's in Brookline.
How do you like to?
So that's what I got.
Are you newer to
October? What's that?
Are you newer to sketch? Have you done sketch shows?
Newer-ish. I did my first one like a little under a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, newer in the last like year and a half.
Yeah, last year.
Okay. How do you like doing that?
I like it. I feel like it works a different muscle than stand-up does. Like it's still comedy, but it's working a different muscle.
Yeah. That's I just like hearing how people like doing crossover with different improv or sketch or whatever it is.
It does. I do like it because I feel like there are so many like scenarios that happen in daily life that are so funny, but just don't translate well to stand up because you like some things like if I explained to you how they happen, it wouldn't be funny. But if I showed you how it happened, you're like, holy shit, that's fucking insane.
It's very much like, oh, if you were there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you get to be there and experience how the story goes.
Yeah.
It's a more immersive storytelling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Abby, follow you at It's a Buy, right?
It's a Buy.
And all your shows are on there, right?
Yep.
So
come check it out. Yep, everything on there.
Okay.
Yeah, they should be. And if they're not on there, they'll be up there in like a day or two.
Okay, perfect. So check out all of Abby's shows on there. There's something that you said that made me want to say something. I'm sure it was super random. And
I have that, yeah.
Tangent. I don't think you can say
4 o'clock in the morning.
You have to wake up at 4 in the morning.
It'll hit you at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, sure will.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get a whole tangent on shit while I'm shitting. So yeah. If you get a text from me with a well thought out reply, I'm probably on it. But Abby, let's make this a regular thing.
Fuck yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll probably be back at SCAF, and I want to plan some guests, but I want to make sure this worked, and I didn't want to wait anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been mentally abused the last couple of months, so finally getting back into it. And it's great to talk to you, Abby. You're
great to talk to you too.
You're one of my favorite people in comedy. So, I'm not forgetting anything with you, Abby, right? I don't want to.
Got it. Yep, got everything.
Okay, you're wonderful. For the wonderful Abby Elias, the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful Abby Elias, I'm Chris. Thank you so much for listening.
All I'm going to say is I'm so happy that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week.
In my opinion, that sucked. Woo! Woo!
Poor Man's Podcast, best podcast in Pittsburgh.
Straight cash, homie.